Welcome back, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail here. Just came back in from the freezing cold in the Northeast, testing the Meguiar's liquid ceramic wax. It's hybrid ceramic wax. And I've tweaked, just wanted to let you know before we start the video, I've tweaked the testing yet again. I'm trying to find the perfect regimen to do the testing that will both help you and I. Again, the testing, I'm testing on camera, off camera, because not only do I want to find products that I can share with you guys that help you, but also help me here in the shop. Again, this is not just a studio set up to shoot YouTube videos. This is first and foremost a detailing shop, correction, and coating shop that pumps out a lot of cars throughout the year. So the testing is important for both of us. So the tweak was, before we start hitting the panel, the test panel with the chemicals, the trans fluid, the gasoline, the acidic products, all in one canister that I mixed up for you a couple videos back, and you can check that video out to see exactly what we have in that canister. It's all chemicals that are bound together once the rain falls on the roadways from cars leaking, and every car leaks something. And that accumulates into a formula that splashes up on your car on the roadways after it rains from both your wheels and the car in front of you. So we have that, and we're going to continue testing with that solution. But before we get started, I'm going to wash the panel 10 times in a row with a stripper wash formula that I make and works well for me. And this is because of all the feedback I get that, hey, this chemical wore off in X amount of washes, 3, 4, 5. And I've had some that have worn off in, yes, under 10 washes here. So before we get started with the harsh chemicals from the roadway, we're going to wash the panel 10 times in a row before we get started with that. So let's roll this video, and I'll show you exactly what I mean, and it will benefit both you and I in the testing, keeping things real world, realistic. And let's get started. The Meguiar's hybrid ceramic liquid wax has had plenty of time to cure, over 24 hours, and we already have some gloss meter readings on the panel before applying the product, and that turned out to be 83.5 gloss units. Now that it has had plenty of time to cure, let's go over it again and get some more readings, and we'll see if there's a difference at all. Has it made a big boost in gloss in this area? Let's find out. So it jumped up from 83.5 to 95 gloss units. Anything over 10 is absolutely huge, so yet another impressive check mark. When it comes to slickness, there is a difference between the treated area and the unprotected test area. So let me put one of these blocks, and you've seen this before, one in the area that's protected, one that isn't. We'll tilt the panel, and you'll see exactly what I mean. It's ever so slightly slicker than the rest of the panel, but it's slight. I would like to see more there. Okay, this is the new edition of our testing. We have the bucket that we usually wash the panel outside. We're going to add Angel Wax Cleanliness. This is a citrus-based pre-wash, excellent for removing traffic film and contaminants. We also have Purple Power Vehicle and Boat, 1 ounce of each in the bucket, and that is going to be what we wash the panel with for 10 consecutive washes before we get to our torture test with the chemicals we have mixed together. And I'll try to put a link up above as to the video that shows exactly what we have in that mixture, everything that splashes up from the roadway after it rains. Panel is now outside in direct sunlight, and the first thing I always like to do is there a difference in the look of where we have the test area protected? Does it make the color darker and richer, give it depth? And it's just ever so you can slightly see that the product is there, not quite as prevalent as other products. However, the beading, as you can see here, very impressive to start. let's start the 10 wash test. And what we want to do, if it doesn't fail completely, is keep an eye on any changes whatsoever. Okay, it has held up very well in the 10 wash test. And I can tell you, I've tested some products that haven't made it even through this part. So let's graduate to the torture test with this concoction of chemicals left on the roadway from vehicles leaking all kinds of crap. And let's start round one. A nice thick layer. We'll leave it on for a couple minutes. 3, 4, 5 to be exact. I'm going to edit that out so you don't have to stare at a panel for 5 minutes straight. We're going to rinse. We're going to use an alkaline cleaner. So yes, this panel gets hit with absolutely everything. Not all at once, so they don't cancel each other out, but it gets hit with numerous chemicals, so we could see just how the products we test hold up to these chemicals that cars see on sometimes a daily basis. Imagine if you live in Seattle when it rains every day, just about, during some seasons. It could be just torture to the clear coat. Keep an eye on the area where I'm washing with the mitt, and you'll see it'll start to sheet. It'll start to fight what I'm washing here. That's a great sign. That means it's still pretty strong. Sometimes that stuff fades rather quickly, so let's keep an eye on that when we go into the second round. You can see the beading is starting to go away ever so slightly, sheeting a little bit more, but we'll keep an eye on that as well. Let's start round two. All right, keep an eye on where the mitt is trailing this time, and you don't see any sheeting whatsoever. This soup or this formula of chemicals from the roadway is what it's having a hard time with. So, one thing we could take away from this, it'll withstand quite a few washes, but if you live in a rainy climate, this is what you will have to contend with using this product. So we're going to use this method going straight forward with other protection products. We're going to see the differences between these products. Okay, so the testing complete for the Meguiar's liquid ceramic wax. Withstood 10 washes with a combination that is a stripper wash here, and works very well for traffic film and other bonded contaminants. When the cars come right off the street here, and we're just getting ready to do a full correction and protection package. Then after that, it made it through 2 rounds of torture with the combination of chemicals that are found on the roadways from all types of runoff and leaks from vehicles. They splash up in your car, and it is a chemical soup that is a huge enemy to your clear coat. So we're going to keep an eye on where this ranks as we continue the testing. I'm going to keep this regimen for the next 10, 20 rounds of testing. We'll be able to tell the difference in durability with a lot of these products. We just have to keep an eye on it going down the roadway. Let me know down in the comments section what you think of the product if you already have it. But it seems to be fine. It seems to hold up well. Slickness could be a little bit higher. Price, application, removal, I have no problem with the rest of it whatsoever. If you have something like this, just continue to use it. But if you run out or you want to try something different, this is yet another option. Brian from Apex Detail. I'll catch you in the next video. If you are enjoying the content from the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That'll let you know when we have new videos.